And you good?
Well,
I am looking at the wrong screen.
you are looking at the wrong stream. Wow.
I
How
have
did you? Well, that worse.
I had it set up. It literally says it's on the hot dog roller. What the fuck
Mhm, mhm,
happened?
mhm. I'm sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
That'll
Welcome to Tech
happen.
City, your number one technology podcast this side of the Saskatchewan.
Here, let's see if I actually switch it to
That'll
that screen
happen.
that it's on. There. Now for your
Oh,
viewing
God.
pleasure.
Oh, it's actually called that. I couldn't find this video. I went looking for it.
Oh, did you? Yeah, no, it's actually called
I
that.
did.
Dude, all I had
I
to
was
do
going
on
to go to
YouTube,
sleep to this tonight.
all I, all I had to do on YouTube was
Ballpark
I
Prats.
I typed in hot dog roller and gas station hot dog roller, and it kept bringing up tutorials, and I was like, okay, fuck, I gotta go nerdy, and I typed in ASMR, and it brought up the video I needed. Hey, Avericks. All right.
Welcome back to the Taj Room. We don't know what's going on, and neither do you, and that's fine. Thanks for
That's
coming. It's gonna be great. In case you're curious, the glizzies in the background are because we couldn't figure out what else to play, and I thought it would be funny if we had hot dogs on a gas station roller.
Let's be honest. We just thought
And
it would be
then
funny if we confuse the fuck out of people, because, like you said, they don't know why they're here. We don't know why we're here. We're just hoping we
we don't
figure it
know
out
why.
along the
Yeah,
way.
what's in the box?
It's bugging me that two of them aren't turning. Oh, fucking ad. God damn it. Anyways, story.
Somebody doesn't pay for YouTube Premium.
Fuck that.
Neither do I.
Yeah, I'm not paying $30 a month for that shit.
Is it $30 a month?
It's not far off. Hope pays for it. It's like 25 or 26 a month.
That seems
Too much.
brutally predatory.
Yeah. I just haven't taken the time to set up an ad blocker.
Like I know our boy Special Hugs is at like he pays for it because the big TV behind me actively has YouTube Premium on his account.
Right.
Problem with that is I can't see my YouTube watch list on his account, so I have mine signed in,
Yeah.
and then I just have to. Have you noticed that when you're watching YouTube on a larger than normal viewing device, it is like the bigger the screen, the more ad time you are subjected to as a
Right.
direct correlation.
It definitely seems like it's out of
Like
spite.
watching on my phone, watching on my phone at work or in the truck, in bed, it's 2 30-second ads or maybe one unskippable 20-second like one unskippable 25-second ad. And then on my computer, like I have ad blocks, but sometimes YouTube catches them, so you have to disable them, and it's a whole
Right.
deal, and it kind of
So
asks.
stupid.
So like YouTube on my PC, it's like a minute ad, or like it'll be 2 45 seconds.
Yeah.
So it's longer. On like consoles, it's a minute minimum, and there's two of them. On the 85-inch TV in the background. On Monday, I spent my entire afternoon watching YouTube videos from my watch later list. Every single time there was an ad roll, it was 4 ads with an average length of a minute, and the skip button wouldn't activate until halfway through it.
Oh.
It was like a minimum of 2 to 3 minutes of ad time.
Yeah.
Every 25 minutes of watch time.
Interesting.
And it was 4 or 5 ads. And sometimes you'd get a 5-minute like commercial that was unskippable.
Oh, dude, you do not want to be watching movies on Amazon Prime these days. You're getting a fucking 3.5 to 5 minute ad every 30 minutes in a movie.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. I tried to watch Project Hail Mary on the weekend. I had not seen it. I've seen 1,000 clips of it. So at this point, I could basically piece together the movie with my clip-based knowledge.
Well, if you watch like a million clips, you could probably just watch it from start to finish on TikTok too.
Yeah, there is that too. And so I was trying to figure out what to watch. I wanted to take a nap. It was Sunday. It was Sunday afternoon. We got back from golfing with my family, which is where the story that I have for later comes in.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, I'm just tired. So I'm gonna lay down in bed in shorts and a t-shirt, and I'm gonna turn the projector on, and I'm gonna watch something. And I saw Project Hail Mary, or no, I wanted to watch the Avatar movie, and that had no ads on it because the Avatar movie, the new one, is run through Paramount Plus.
Yeah.
So if you are subscribing to an external service through Prime, you are not subjected to ads on that content.
Right.
After I finished Avatar Aang: The Last Airbender, and I switched to Project Hail Mary, hours later in the night, it's like 1 a.m. at this point, and I'm looking for a movie to pass out to. And so I throw on Project Hail Mary, and then it's a Takis ad, and then a Tim Hortons ad, and then an ad for Mark's Work Warehouse, and then here's your movie. And then 25 minutes into the movie, as it's starting to get good, and I'm like drifting off to sleep, and then all of a sudden I hear is, "Have you ever considered buying a new pair of shoes?" I'm like, "No, I will never buy shoes again."
No, I haven't. I walk barefoot. Click.
I don't want shoes. And every time I drift off, because like the movie itself has a relatively somber sound palette.
Ads are so horrible.
And then it's like, now at Tim Hortons, the all new iced Frappa Cappuccino Deluxe. Like, hey, shut the fuck up, dog. I don't care. Like, I don't. It breaks my immersion. And like, I'm already paying $12 a month for Prime. So why do I have to pay another $3 a month to not be subjected to fucking ads?
I know.
I don't. It's
greed,
predation at its finest.
You mentioning the Tim Hortons ad specifically made me laugh because every time one of those comes up, and with how like excited they are about it, all I think about with their drinks, because I know how bad their drinks are, is, would you like to try the new drink called I Shitted My Pants? Like, it's like
hold on. Thursday, I can't remember what we had for dinner, but Friday I did not feel good.
Right.
Okay. And I went through all day Friday with like this pit in my stomach, like this just Mongo pit. And then Friday night we had dinner, and I didn't feel any better. And I was like, this is so bizarre. Like I need to take a shit.
Yeah,
and so I came downstairs.
The body and soul.
So I came downstairs on my way to bed, and I sat down on the toilet as one tends to do.
Right.
And nothing. I think I sat there for half an hour, and I was like,
Echelon 3 has been reached, boys.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I guess I'm just gonna feel gross.
Fair. Yeah.
Whatever. Thursday night we had French toast and bacon.
Right.
That's what it was.
Yes, because you were so happy that you were having French toast.
Yeah, because I'd had the idea like a week and a half prior, and we finally got to have it, and I was so stoked to have breakfast for dinner. And so we had French toast and bacon, and I cooked it all up for the clan, and then I came downstairs and felt like death. And I was up like all night, like thought I was gonna throw up, thought I was gonna shit myself, like this is bad. Like nothing happens. And then Friday, I feel like shit all day. We have dinner Friday night. Don't feel any better. Same deal Friday night. Wake up Saturday morning. Now, Saturday morning, we went to Moose Jaw. We went to the Western Canadian National Car Show, which was excellent. I wish I'd taken pictures. I did not.
Fair.
But it was probably the best car show I've been to in at least the last decade.
If I had the money, I was going to show up on the motorcycle.
Could have hopped in on the truck and carpooled with us. It was a good time. The three of us went, and we left the city at 8:30. We stopped and met my customer in Central Butte, now that his car wash is up and running.
Right.
Because that's done. And we visited with him for a bit. That was probably the best part of the day because it was still relatively cool out. He's a really cool guy.
Right.
We really enjoyed all of that. he had some issues. I should call him tomorrow. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, but I've got to speak some other stuff on the pricing that I got. Um, so we, anyways, we go to the show,
Mhm.
and I like we're driving down, and I'm just like, there's a pit in my stomach, and this feels awful.
Right.
And then I'm beating myself up because it's distracting me, right? So like normally when we go on road trips, we go to McDonald's or we go to Tim's, we get coffees and Timbits
Right.
because Timbits are the ultimate highway snack, and my roommates are the people that taught me that. So I was like, I'm apologizing on the way to Central Beat. I'm like, shit, guys, like I totally forgot to stop at Tim's, and like they both have moderate digestive issues like I do. So like it wasn't a huge deal that the potion of shit pants was not imbibed.
Yeah.
But we get to Central Butte, then we get to Moose Jaw. Or walking, we go to the Canex on the Air Wing,
Yep.
which was a requested stop.
Mm-hmm.
We check that out. They don't have any cool patches or challenge coins. We move on. We get to the car show. We have car show burgers or car show hot dogs
Mm-hmm.
loaded up.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have some of the best ice cream we've ever had by a food truck called the Cone Artist, like the Con Artist.
Yep. Yep.
The Cone Artist, an old Grumman mail van, and it was the best.
Okay.
And then we get back in the truck and we hit the road for home. We stop in Davidson. They grab drinks. I fill the truck. I go to the bathroom because I'm like, okay, it's going to happen. Nothing again. And I'm like, God damn it.
Jesus
Get the rest of the way
Christ, man.
home.
You're gonna have to
Got a
find
bunch of
yourself
running
a
around.
good old generic Moses to fucking spread the seed.
I was about to just start like pounding X-Lax to solve the problem. And whatever, like we get back to the city, and I'm like,
your stomach. I wasn't asking.
yeah, I wasn't asking. So we get back, and I'm like, okay, I got some running around to do. So I hop in the Camaro, and I rip across the city to the shop, and I grab all the parts and stuff for the car out of the shop, and then I rip back home. And then our buddy comes down from Shellbrook, and we're visiting with him. We start a fire. We have more hot dogs. Like, or no, I can't remember what we had for dinner. We had Costco pizza on Saturday night.
Good choice.
And then, yeah, delicious. And then Sunday morning, I wake up and we drink like a lot. Sunday morning, I feel like death hitting my stomach. And this continued all weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Hot dogs, pizza, ice cream, like energy drinks, snacks out the ass. All of the things that would normally cause my insides to liquefy and exit in an expeditious fashion.
Nothing's doing it.
Nothing's doing it.
Oh man.
I get to work yesterday morning. I played a round of golf feeling like garbage.
Right.
And then we went for breakfast after, and I still felt like garbage. Like I am holding myself together with baling twine. I feel so bad. I get to work yesterday, and I make my ritualistic pot of coffee. The sacred pot.
Just needed the good old stuff.
I needed that hot bean juice. I take one sip of euphoria, and then I pass gas, and I'm like, whatever. And I keep drinking coffee, and then I start to smell it, and I'm like, oh dear God. And then Kelly's in the back shop with me, and I'm like, oh no,
you killed your boss, didn't you?
I just about. And then, so by the time he leaves for lunch, I am like bursting at the seams because I have enough of a conscience to wait until he leaves.
Yeah, you have evaluated all your life options now.
I need this job. He needs to live. So he walks out the front door. I walk into that bathroom. I died in that bathroom.
Yeah.
That bathroom was a total loss. We don't have a plunger at the office.
Total
Thank
wreck.
fuck I didn't need it.
Yeah, no shit.
It was bad. No, there was lots of shit. That's the problem. There was so much shit. I think I lost like 5 pounds in the bathroom.
Fucking pulled it wrong
morning.
weight. Fit into your high school wardrobe after that.
You ever take a crap so good your pants fit better? I now have. Like, it was so bad. And then like we're good. and I can't remember what the point of that story was.
Well, it all started with the Tim Hortons drink thing, with just the fact that
So yeah, so
nothing that liquefied your
the ads
guts
on
was
Amazon
working is
Prime,
scary.
yeah, the ads on Amazon Prime are straight up ridiculous. And it blows my brains out that it's like, oh, if you want to get rid of ads, it's $3 more a month. Like, no, dog, I don't want to pay $3 more a month. I want no ads
Well, and
on my
that's what
paid
that,
streaming service.
and that's why they do it, is because they know people are going to look at it and go, I'm already paying, 10 or $11 a month, so $3 more isn't going to kill me. And those suckers will just up their subscription, and Amazon's getting away with it all over the world.
It's the same thing, I think, that like the OnlyFans chicks that add random people on Snapchat are doing, right? Like
Oh
they
yeah.
send you the link. The link functions as a discount code. Have I told that story on the podcast? I don't
No,
know that
you
I have.
haven't. No.
Okay, so a couple weeks ago, I was solicited for sex. Here's how it went down. So this was 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now. It's almost a month.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm getting ready to go do the second install trip in Central Butte. And now I made the conscious decision a while ago that I was no longer going to be like, I wasn't going to decline random ads on Snapchat.
Right.
I was just, you know what? Let's fuck around, find out a little bit. Let's
Well,
see
because
what's going on
at this point,
with
you've
the people
tested
of the
every
world.
other side of the gene pool with the dating apps. You might as well test this method too.
I might as well just let people randomly add me on Snapchat. Like I got nothing to lose here.
Maybe something will happen. Maybe you'll move out to LA.
So, she's still messaging me, dude. I still haven't gotten an only. I'm like, we were talking about it earlier, and they were like, "How long has she been messaging you on Snapchat?" I was like, "At this point, 2 days."
Yeah.
And like, to be fair, the pictures are getting significantly more risque.
They're
Like
getting closer.
we're building the level, but normally with like the OnlyFans chicks,
Oh, they
you
just
get
go
like
right
one or
to it.
two.
Yeah.
You get like one or two normal photos, and then porn.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
is, hey, listen, I ain't complaining. So that's the most confirmable real skin I've ever seen in like the last decade. So I'm getting ready to leave for work, like to go to Central Butte. It's 6:45 on like a Tuesday.
Mhm.
I've been in the house alone for the last 2 weeks,
Mhm.
and I get this random ad, like random quick ad. This person has added you, add them back. And I'm like, yeah, okay, Snapchat, you're right. What could go wrong? So I'll add this random person with what I assumed, because it wasn't the first time it had happened, was a fake name. Because like you don't always get unsolicited nudes. Sometimes you just get the link, and if you say no, I'm not doing that, they just block you right away, which is hilarious, but whatever.
Right.
Like, I respect the hustle here. So she sends me a picture, or no, she strikes up a conversation, something surface level, really easy to pick up. I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. Sends me a picture. I send a picture back of just like my head, right?
Right.
I do the classic dad picture, and I'm
Yeah,
gonna use my webcam to
yeah,
demonstrate.
the typical
That
morning
fucking
Snapchat picture that you
I gotta
send
like
out.
watch the stream. Yeah, so it's like this,
Yeah.
where it's just like your head in the bottom and then the rest of the frame
Yeah.
into the shop. And we start talking a little bit more. And she's like, wow, you're kind of cute, whatever. And I was like, yeah, thanks. That's what a great compliment to receive
I
at
know.
total
I
random
got
from a
told lots.
stranger. A high I have yet to stop riding. So we're talking, and then as we're driving to Central Butte, I send her a picture of the highway, and she's like, oh shit, that's a really nice stretch of highway. It's like a whole mood. I really like driving that route. And I replied back with, there's no shot you know where this is. And she goes, yeah, it's outside of I'm trying to remember exactly where we were. Not that it super matters, but like it's between Kenniston and Elbow or
Mhm.
Eyebrow. on the way to Central Butte, which is the back way to Moose Jaw. And I went, oh shit, you do know where I am. And she goes, yeah, I drive that way all the time when I'm coming back from Saskatoon. And I went, that's fucked. Where the fuck do you live? And she goes, oh, I'm in Moose Jaw. Do you come this way often? And I went, kinda. And she goes, that's kind of hot.
What?
Hey, I've been looking for a partner to do a collab with. The next time you're down, if you think you can handle me, you should come film you should come make a movie with me. And I was like, hey yo, what the fuck? And then it started. And I had my favorite, like, I've got lots of on-call employees that we use for manual labor with work.
Mhm.
And so each of them is great for their own reason.
Right.
But Darren is really fun for me because he has a couple people he's met in his life that do very similar things for him, like to him. Like he gets random nudes
Oh,
from
right.
this,
Okay. Yeah.
like this this chick that lives in Vegas.
Mhm.
And he knows he's getting them because she's going to ask him for money. And it's like a blackmail thing. Like she's trying to, and he's like,
Right.
listen, my wife knows that you send me these. I told her because I didn't want to get yelled at. She knows who you are. You've met her. Like,
Yeah.
and so whenever he gets those when we're working together, and this has happened a couple of times now, he shows me.
What the fuck?
And so I'm in the van next to him. And I grab my phone and I open up Snapchat and I open up this picture and it's just this chick fully in the nude.
Right.
And I'm like, nice. And Darren goes, what's up? And I went, check this out. And I show him. And he's like, oh, hell yeah. Get it, Chris. It's like, thanks, buddy. And I click through. And then I send her a message like, God damn, what the fuck? We keep going. And then so she spends the rest of the day basically sexting me, trying to trying to convince me to come to Moose Jaw. And I'm like, listen, I am at work. Fuck off. Like,
Seriously.
I have like all of my brain power is being used right now. I cannot even consider what you're trying to tell me about.
Whatever fucking C-rated rom-com you're planning, chick, is not going to pay my bills. Please kindly fuck off.
No. The profit split on this one for me, bad.
Yeah.
Because you're going to say that my payment was getting laid. So
exactly. The only payment you're getting is of the physical sense.
$20 was never propositioned in the chat. I want the record to show. $20 is $20. Okay.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
I'd commit xenocide for $20. All right.
Yeah, but the Xenos have it coming.
Exactly. So
it's time for this dude to switch the hot dogs. They're splitting.
You're supposed to let them split.
Yeah, that's why
hot dog per hot dog.
That's what I'm saying. Is it's time to switch them because they're splitting. They're ready to go.
The best hot dogs I've ever cooked in my life, I had them split the full length.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They were so good.
Like when you
cook
boil them
low
to
and
perfection,
slow,
for example.
That's heresy. When you put your hot dogs on the grill,
look,
like the good Lord intended.
See,
he's just going to move them.
I don't barbecue hot dogs a lot, really, because I prefer burgers, steaks, chicken, stuff like that. I'm not a huge hot dog guy unless it's just like with a bowl of mac and cheese or something.
That statement actually made my stomach hurt, because like that's the potion of shit self, right?
Look, it's not my fault. You're just showing the fact that I eat hot dogs for sustenance and you eat them for the shape, my dude.
So anyways, back to my story.
Yes.
Spent all day talking to this girl, getting on and off nudes. Sometimes she'd put clothes back on. And those, I would say, actually were, if I was lucky. And I would state that those, more often than not, hilariously, were the better photos.
I'm not
that surprised. She was a bad-looking gal, but like,
no, but it's always the shitty pictures
on, and she looked like a normal human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. when she looked like a normal human being, I was like, wow, there's charm there. That's a girl I would take out
Right.
for a coffee or like for lunch.
Like
And then
showing some sort of human decency.
and then she'd send me pictures of nudes, and I was like, yeah, that's a body you only see the contour of with the lights off.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's something about it. It's just like lights on, not doing you a lot of favors, sweetheart. Sorry. That's actually, I hate to be the one to break this to you. Like I have a bad form. I understand that. Lights off does me a lot of favors. It's the dark clothes or the alcohol of clothes. Like black shirts is the alcohol of clothing. Same deal.
Lights off works for me, gal. Lights on, the paper bag goes on.
So whatever. All day this goes on. And then as we're driving back, she sends me a link and she's like, you should follow me here because I don't want to send you some of this stuff on this app because
which means I don't want to give it to you for free.
And I was like, and I looked at it and I was like, OnlyFans. Now,
guaranteed. Yep.
I'm a good God-fearing boy. I did not and do not currently possess an OnlyFans account. I have never paid to see pictures of tits because it's free on the internet. You don't need to pay for that. That was life lesson 1. Thanks, Grandpa Steve. So I just kind of laughed and went, I'll check it out when I get home.
You're never
I'll take a
lonely
look.
with Google in your hand. Yep, exactly.
So I get back to the shop and Darren leaves. And then I sit down and I'm like, and so if you don't have an account, you can't see like half of the web page. So I was like, fuck, like now I have to make an account. This sucks.
Yeah. Well, that's how they get
So I make an account. Yeah. So I make an account and I go back in. And now the way she phrased it was that I should follow her there. And I was not under the impression that you could follow people on OnlyFans. But that makes sense, right? Like, you know, catch them with honey, right? If you give them a little bit for free, you can sucker them in for more in the long haul. So I was like, yeah, I guess, like, you know, that's a business model that rings true in my head. Yeah. And so I'm looking for the follow button, and my autismus brain is like, follow button not here, chef.
Sorry, girl, not working.
Like, and so I hit her back with the, is there like, where's the follow button? Like, am I just stupid, or is it hidden somewhere? You have to like actually dig for it. And then she replied with, oh no, lol, I guess it's just the subscribe button. But it's okay because I sent you a discount code. It's only $4. That's like one coffee.
There's
and
no
I was like,
way
and
you did not know that
you lost me
when you sent the link.
And I was like, hey, there it is. Now here's the fun one. And this is where it ties into the predatory ads of Amazon Prime. Mm-hmm. The fun one is once you have an account and you click on that link and it shows you what the promotional price is, you get 1 month at discount rate A.
Yeah.
It also shows you what regular price at the end of promotional price is. This chick is slinging it out at $50 a month.
Jesus.
$50? No shot. And it was in that exact moment that I clicked on the marketing campaign strategy being used here. And it's very simple. And I felt stupid for not having realized it sooner. But I got to respect the hustle on this one. And I once I figured it out, I literally messaged her. I was like, okay, that's a hilarious marketing strategy that you've used, but I ain't got $4 to spend on something I can see for free. And for that reason, I'm out. And I blocked her. And you know what? I got a whole day of free entertainment. And then I blocked her. What a win. So
had an interesting day.
I had a pretty great day. And so the business strategy of the OnlyFans model in 2026, the year of our Lord and Savior, is very simple. They create a Snapchat account, and because you can choose your nickname, and that's what people see the first time, you can set it to whatever you want. So they use a fake name, which I've caught 3 separate times now. I haven't even asked Los Angeles girl because I really don't give a fuck.
All right.
So they use a fake name.
Yep.
And they just go through the quick ads and they look for all of the dudes.
Mm-hmm.
And they just quick add them all. The ones that add them back,
I'm so
like
glad
me,
I have my account set to private.
I honestly, dude,
I never get
if
any
it
of
wasn't
those for that very
for,
reason.
if I was married, I'd probably change that. But as a
Honestly,
single dude, fuck it.
even if I
Like, I
wasn't
don't care.
even if I wasn't married, I just don't want the fucking constant messaging.
Oh, but it's so good.
C-
It's so good. Like you spend no time investment.
man just noted right there.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, if the limit of your professional ability is to sell pictures of yourself on the internet, you're probably not that smart.
No.
So you don't
Somebody
really
gave
have
you a
to
lot
work
of
very hard.
overinflated compliments.
It's the age old adage, hot girls run the world, right? So, and they believe that with their whole chest, and that's a lot of chest in some cases. So
Remind me to send you
like
a
they
picture later of a specific wrestler that will discredit the fact you just said, and you will fucking bust a gut laughing.
okay, well you send that to me right now. Actually,
God damn it. Okay.
we get that reaction live on air. So here's the strat for all the single men at home that are feeling maybe a little lonely,
Okay,
maybe a
just
little
saying.
desperate. One, don't pay for OnlyFans porn. Free porn's better. Just don't do it. Okay. But what's going to happen is you're going to get a random quick ad on Snapchat. Now, Snapchat is the key to the whole thing. It's the linchpin that makes the strategy work because you can't save it without both parties being cognizant of it. You can't change the remains in chat setting without both parties being cognizant, and you can't screen record it without both parties becoming aware. So, as far as like the guilt factor, it's short-lived because it's going to go away in a short time frame. You have the 10 seconds it appears, and that's it. You can shut replays off without anybody knowing, but you can't turn them back on. So you can go backwards, but you can't move forwards without both people being aware. So what they do is they start the chat, they turn replays off, so you can't just continuously replay it, and it won't save itself in the chat, and you can't save it to your camera roll because it notifies both parties that a picture has been saved to camera roll. So you're going to get a quick ad. This random human being is just going to start talking about some random facet of your profile. It's either, I think, do we know, like, do we have any mutuals? Do I know you from somewhere? Your Bitmoji is cute. Or like some combination of that. LA chick, I'll give it to her. If she's an OnlyFans model, she's really fucking sticking to the like. I'm not doing like that's
Right,
not
she's
the play
sticking to
she's
the
taken.
friendly demeanor.
She's stuck to friendly. I wonder if she's messaged me at all. No, but like, she messaged me whatever. It's like, yeah, I'm new to LA. I'm trying to make friends. You keep popping up on my quick ads. I thought I'd add you. Yeah, fuck it. Like, you know what? Actually, as a cover story, that's valid as fuck. That's the best one I've heard yet. So they're gonna talk to you for a little bit, and then they're gonna send you a picture. I highly encourage you to send them a Snapchat back. Because usually what happens at that point is they're gonna hit on you a little bit, they're gonna proposition you for sex, and then you're gonna start getting unsolicited nudes for at the very least the next 7 to 8 hours of your day. And you know what?
Get a day's worth of entertainment.
Jesus Christ, Cat. They might not be the best, but that doesn't matter. They're free. You can pay them for those.
I did send you the picture. That is a current wrestler in WWE's NXT that will discredit what you said about girls run the world.
Does it discredit it because you believe she's attractive?
No, no, fuck no, no, no,
okay, good.
no. It discredits it because the fact that she's getting paid top dollar.
That looks like.
Can you imagine
looks
standing in the
photoshopped.
ring? No, I swear to you, it's not. I was watching NXT earlier tonight because I missed Tuesday night's broadcast of it. She's with the tag
No,
team group called the Vanity Project. I'm not going to say her name because she could snap us both in two.
I believe you that this isn't photoshopped, but hear me out. This looks photoshopped because that looks like a dude's body with a chick's head on it.
I know. Oh,
Because her head is disproportionately large to her body.
yeah.
And that's a man's shoulders, okay? You can't convince me otherwise.
Hold on.
So,
I'll message you her
anyways,
name so you can look up verification for yourself.
I saw her name in the Discord thing.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So when it sent me the thing, it was Sergeant Cobra has shared or uploaded, and then her name brackets 1 because it's probably not the first copy of her that photo that you saved.
Yeah. Do you
So
want to
the
know
file
something?
name.
She's even more buff nowadays. That's an old picture of her.
That's crazy work.
Yeah. Now,
So,
kudos to her
anyways,
for looking that fit and buff. Obviously, I'm not going to discredit that fact, but just looks department not quite there, and
yeah, that's
the body,
yikes.
the disproportionate body is, like you said, is kind of, it throws you off.
It does. So they're operating on the idea that they can get some single, lonely, desperate dude, that combination of 3,
Yep.
or some combination of those 3,
Right.
to follow the link, go, yeah, okay, you know what, fuck it, I got $4, and then the classic subscription business model, which preys on human forgetfulness, to forget to unsubscribe. Because all subscriptions follow the same base template, which is you put your credit card in, you pay for the first month, or you get the free trial, and then you forget to hit the unsubscribe button.
Right.
You can unsubscribe literally seconds after you hit the subscription button. Like once the subscription has cleared, you're set. You can unsubscribe. You have the subscription for the full trial period or for that first month. And it won't go away because you've paid for that period of time. There's no website that I'm aware of that when you unsubscribe, do you lose access immediately. All video streaming services are like that. All music streaming services are like that. The only one that doesn't work like that is Audible. And that's because your Audible subscription grants you a token that can be redeemed on any audiobook within its library. So like, that's different because the business model that they use is different.
Yeah.
Because you can also buy those tokens as part of the subscription, which is way cheaper than buying an audiobook 9 times out of 10. Like the Audible subscription, if you get like the code, it's like 3 months for 99 cents a month, is the greatest trade deal in trade deal history. My Audible library is worth thousands of dollars. I think lifetime of my Amazon account, I have spent probably $100 on Audible as a service.
Right.
Especially when they do like you can buy 3 tokens for $25. Well, a token normally is $15 a month.
Right.
So yeah, fuck it. Obviously, I'm gonna do that.
Those 2 hot dogs in the middle back row burning.
They're just about right.
Okay, I know how you like yours. I cook Jerome.
I cook hot dogs on a grill. That's Daquan to you. So that's the play. That's what they're doing, right? And as a hustle, valid as hell. Like as a businessman, I can respect the thought that would have gone into that. And I'm sure somewhere there's like some conference that occurs for OnlyFans models where like they talk about the best ways to do that, and it's like you can only see that if you have an OnlyFans creator account. But like, it's so funny to me that like I guarantee you it works, but I still couldn't fathom like how lonely and like I'm gonna say self-actualized as an adult. Like I don't really care.
Or self-idealized.
This is really I'm gonna say we'll have to fact check that one. So if you want to do that while I carry on the rest of it, like I don't care. This is really just a funny bit for me.
Right.
But like, there are people that do not have that level of like self-worth, and they don't like, this is as good as they're ever going to get it. So yeah, they might as well give the girl that sent them free nudes a couple of bucks, and then they're just going to continue to pay it because like, given the context clues of what she told me, if you're a subscriber, there is a messaging service between the two of you. So like, the creator can talk to their subscribers.
Yeah.
Which, you know what? For the dollar value, I'd fucking hope so. But like, so
I hate that they're trying to
that's
use
the
actual
added value
wholesome
of
terms
service.
for what these girls are doing, like what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, the spin
The
in the
four,
media,
yeah, the four most
the
commonly
liberal media.
used, the four most commonly used terms are free spirited, liberated,
Mhm.
uninhibited, or just body positive women. Mm.
See, the terms I would use, I can't say because there are children's toys around.
And it's not the
Um,
time to get canceled yet. That's coming later
it's not the
tonight.
time to get canceled yet. So, like, that's a really fun one. Where were we at before this? I can't remember how I got here. Amazon Prime ads,
I don't know, because you
predatory,
realize that you've been talking for
OnlyFans.
45 minutes about porn and chicks.
It hasn't been the whole time. That's a 15-minute story at best. I've been watching the clock.
Dude, you actually started
Um,
it when we've only been going for 20 minutes and we've been going for 45 now.
no, it started with Amazon Prime and how I couldn't watch Project Hail Mary. And to be
Yeah,
fair, I
that
still
made it to
haven't seen
10
it
minutes.
because when every time the ads would stop, I'd doze back off because
Right.
the ads would wake me up for just long enough.
That's,
So like,
yeah.
that's that sucks. And I got so many ads
Well,
for
and I've heard it's
snacks.
a good movie too.
I've heard it's fantastic. I have like, I think probably this weekend because I have, so like, we leave for Winnipeg tomorrow morning at 4,
Yeah.
and then we should be back from Winnipeg Friday at like 5 or 6.
Okay.
So I gotta unload the truck, drop the trailer, and then we're gonna come home. I'm gonna nap for a bit, and I gotta go back to work in the afternoon so Kelly can leave
Fair.
because I'm gonna just take Monday off instead, and he can suck it because he still owes me 8 hours of
Yeah.
EDO time. So
Fair.
I still have a whole day banked, and we're gonna drive through the fucking night. So, anyways, he's gonna owe me like 4 days by the time we're done this trip.
Yeah.
Got him.
Fair.
Flex on the hose. Um, so I'm probably gonna try and watch it like on the TV down here. And like I bought some snacks for that, but I'm gonna eat them on the road trip. It's a whole thing. And I do want to finish watching it.
Mm-hmm.
I will state that Avatar Aang, The Last Airbender, the newest animated
Yeah.
Avatar show
I haven't gotten to
movie,
watching that yet.
that movie's phenomenal.
Does it
It's so
reminisce
good.
the old nostalgic feeling of the original Avatar show?
It kind of plays on it a little bit.
Well, I
It
mean, I would hope
does.
it would, because isn't it supposed to take place later in his life?
Yeah, so it takes place kind of like during his prime or like the lead into his prime as
Right,
the
right.
Avatar.
Which would have taken
So
place before, what was it,
before
Korra?
Korra.
Yeah.
So it takes place shortly after Republic City was founded,
Mm-hmm.
and it gives you like a really good snippet of the gang, the Team Avatar, and what they're doing, and then it shows you what Aang spends a lot of his time as a young adult doing, because he's like, Aang dies young because he was trapped in ice, and that was a whole thing they explained through Korra. The movie takes place in his probably late 20s to early 30s. Like, he's not
Right,
married to Katara. He doesn't have kids yet.
right.
Like, I think Korra confirms that he dies at like 55 or something. Like, he dies in his 50s.
Okay.
So it's kind of like the halfway of his life is what this movie is.
Yeah.
It makes lots of great references back to the original series. My favorite is, so the like catalyst for the movie finally sets, like what the plot's going to be.
Right.
And Aang rushes off to go deal with it, and he leaves Katara with a note to like round up the team, and he sends a letter to the Fire Nation to get Zuko to join them. And Zuko's fully the Fire Lord because at the end of the original show, Zuko becomes the Fire Lord.
Mm-hmm.
And Ronnie Cheng is in that movie, and he has one blurb of voice line, and it's probably the most clipped bit of voice line in that entire movie, and that's him reading Aang's letter to the Fire Lord. And
right.
so it's, if you don't know who Ronnie Cheng is, he's a stand-up comedian who's Chinese American,
mm-hmm.
and he's got the funniest voice for this. And so he opens the letter, and Zuko's like, "All right, read it for me." And he goes, "Yes, Flamio Hotman is." Like, and it's like all of these references, and then like he starts, it's like Aang poking fun, is like, is the Grand Chamberlain that you said still annoys you so much still there? And the Chamberlain's right there.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of like the good humor of the original show,
mm-hmm.
with like the attempt at being more grown up.
Yeah.
That they're trying to portray, like these characters have all gotten older, they're
right.
growing up. This is the progression, obviously. So it's very good. It's worth the watch. It's like an hour and 45 minutes long.
That's pretty good.
Great. Yeah, it's not a super long movie.
Mm-hmm.
It gets a little ramrod about the halfway point, where like if they'd made it 2 hours, 2 hours 15, it probably would have been a little bit better. Just because they would have had more time to let things happen, or even a short series, like a 6-episode miniseries,
right,
would have been, I think, just as good. Like they did what the anime industry does a lot, which is they make a movie centering on a set piece of the series, and then the show comes back later and it cuts up the movie and expands on everything that happened in the movie.
Yeah, kind of like gives it an opening for that to be a full series with more information rather than just a movie.
Than just being a good movie.
Yeah,
kind
of like why we haven't heard anything more from Demon Slayer, because that's what they're doing now that Infinity Castle Part 1 has come out.
So they're trying to figure out how to cut up that movie and expand on the Infinity Castle arc.
Yeah, into a full 12 to 15 episode series.
Because it's like I can't remember if it's Infinite Castle or Infinity Castle. It doesn't really matter. Infinity, but like that Castle. Arc is the last. It's the last like major arc of the series.
Well, it is, because it's the arc where it all ends.
So they've got to figure out how to expand on it, but like you can't retread on it too much, because if you do that, it makes the people that went to go see the movie feel like they got slighted.
Yeah. Although, to be fair, the Demon Slayer fan base is an exception, because they went wild for the Mugen Train arc movie, and then wild for when the actual episodes for it came out too.
I saw the Mugen Train movie, and then I never watched the show. After
they
that,
added a lot of shit right from the first episode in the Mugen Train arc of the like series, not just the movie. Because I did it backwards. I watched the series, and then I watched the movie, and I realized as soon as the movie started, I was like, oh, okay, so they're starting further ahead in the story than where they started the Mugen Train arc from the episodes.
The only bit of that movie that I actually remember is like the end.
Oh, dude, we got
the Akaza fight.
We got to start the cop out of a reaction channel, and we'll just sit here and fucking watch anime and get paid for it.
We'll just watch movies.
Yep.
Deal. Hey, listen, deal. You got nothing going on Sunday nights? I got nothing going on Sunday nights. That's a joke. 7 days a week too much.
Yeah, no shit.
But
at least we have a reason to start taking statutory holidays.
Hey yo. Says the guy that streamed on a staff.
Yeah, I know. It's because I already take a day off. And I mean, is it really work when I'm having fun with it.
No, no, that's the whole point. Is it's got to be fun. Otherwise, why do it?
Yeah.
Um. So like, I remember the line "Set your heart." Like, if you're ever feeling low, set your heart ablaze.
Yeah.
And that's like one of my favorite lines in fiction. Is that one specifically? That and then Cyberpunk, Edge Runners, No More Running from Me, Dog. Reaper's finally calling my name.
I see. I haven't
I would
watched
get that
Cyberpunk,
tattooed
nor have I played it
on
yet,
my
so I
back.
don't know that one.
You don't need to have played 2077 to enjoy Edge Runners at
No,
all.
I know. I just haven't sat down and watched
Like,
it either.
yeah, I'm stating that knowing that you're a guy that likes to understand the source material. So I needed to clarify that like 2077, yes, is source material, but it doesn't 2077's update after Edge Runners came out made reference to Edge Runners.
Mhm.
Edge Runners does not make reference to the game at all.
See,
It's its own separate piece.
yeah, going back to what you said about Rengoku, my opinion on what his
That's his
best,
name.
I I hate you.
I almost called him Rensero.
I
Sorry.
mm,
Listen, why do you think I shut my mouth and just sat there? And then I was like, I know it's Ren something.
how dare
like it's Ren
you
something.
disrespect Mr. Flame Hashira in my presence?
Yep, the Flamio Hotman himself.
Rengoku.
Continue.
My opinion on his best phrase that like really touched me is a bit different from yours. My favorite one from him is life is a series of decisions. What you choose in that instance defines who you are.
Yeah.
I feel like he was just put into the whole Demon Slayer story to be the wise sage that also had the humor and comedy of like the older brother.
Yeah, Rengoku
Or the
was
fun
the
uncle.
Uncle Ben.
He was or Uncle Iroh.
No, he's the Uncle Ben of Demon Slayer because he dies. Uncle Iroh does not die on camera. It's not
No,
canon.
this is
It never
true.
happened.
No, Uncle Iroh lives forever.
Uncle Iroh lives forever. So like, yeah, in a wheeled heel turn, there's recently been a hunger strike in Calgary. And this is not the first one that's occurred in like the last 2 years, but it is, I think, kind of the funniest one because it's the one I've paid the most attention to. So, sometime last week, there was a hunger strike outside of and I'm trying to find the name of the school.
Can you tell me why? Like, what was the reason?
Yes. So, the reason is when you come to Canada on a student visa,
correct,
you are granted the ability as you get close to the end of your visa to apply for a post-graduation work permit or a PGWP.
Right.
And that application is run through Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, the IRCC.
Yeah.
We, in the last 6 years as a country, have brought in a significantly higher rate of international students every year. Right. Now, the new Liberal government has put a significant drop on the, I'm going to call it an immigration quota that they have. So under the Trudeau Liberal government, it was every year was higher from 2020 onwards. It was like we started at 600,000, then it was 750, then 850, then a million, right? So these are people that are coming in that are here to immigrate, whether it be, and that doesn't totally apply to just student visas or just work permits. Like that's green card citizens or like permanent residents that we're trying to bring in year after year.
Yeah.
So, but like international graduates take up a chunk of that. So the problem is that the IRCC has, in reflection of the new graduation cap, like the new immigration caps, has been denying their work permit applications. there was an interview done, and it wasn't by CTV News. I can't remember who it was. It wasn't like Rebel News or anything like that, but like there was a news outlet that did an interview talking to the strikers, and the one striker was basically like, yeah, it basically has to do with that, like, there's this is all centered around Portage College and the Canadian Institute of Osteopathic Therapy. They all had their applications denied. There's like 1,500 people that were basically told, like, listen, we don't have room for you. You got your education.
Right.
You've completed the contract we signed. It's time to go home.
Right.
And they're all upset because some of their classmates had their applications approved.
Right.
And the rest of them all think it's unfair that they didn't.
Okay.
So, with that knowledge in mind, it's time to take a break because I'm almost out of beer.
Yeah, fair enough. I need a drink.
My throat's getting dry.
So we shall pick this up in 3 minutes. And we're back from our commercial break. Continuing on with the story.
Welcome back from our commercial break. And before we get back to the pressing news story of the hour, we now have a word from our sponsor. McDonald's wants to remind you that the most important meal of the day is breakfast. So why would you let a morning go by without staring deeply into the mirror until you no longer recognize the face staring back at you, mimicking your every gesture, mocking your every movement? How else will you get the energy you need for a full day's work or recreation if you aren't silently screaming into the visage of a man or woman who gives you such uneasy spirit, such unshakable terror, a queasy feeling every time you make the connection between what that thing is and what you are becoming, what you have become? Where does the void end? Where do you end? When do you end? What time is it now? You're late for work. You're lying on the bathroom floor, half dressed in a cool sludge of toothpaste and hair gel. You've been crying. But for how long? McDonald's. I'm loving it.
And that's how you know the Hamburglar
Anyways,
stole your soul.
that's how you know. So, so the hunger strike in Calgary at the Portage College is largely, it's about 1,500 primarily East Indian student visa
Right.
holders
Yeah.
that had their they had their work permits denied,
Yeah.
and they've basically been told that they need to vacate the country.
Right.
And there's been this like grand upheaval about it in the East Indian population of Canada, which is now very significant because of the volume of people we brought in, and the
Right.
vast majority of them came from India. It's not a race thing, that's just the stats.
No, that's just the fact. That's, yeah.
So the students' stance on this is that they enrolled in paid tuition under the impression that the program that they were attending qualified as what would be considered a credited program eligible for work permits. Their argument is that the criteria are being applied retroactively after the online guidance update to the PGWP program. The government stance on this is that the immigration board maintains that the eligibility rules have not changed and that the graduation from a designated learning institution does not automatically guarantee you a learning permit or a work permit. So the immigrant stance on this is that they came, they paid their tuition, they were promised a shot at working here, and the government stance is, okay, you did that, but that doesn't mean you are automatically guaranteed the ability to remain. The contract was you get your schooling, you go home, and then some of you will be allowed to stay. So then their secondary retort was, well, you let some of our classmates have work permits. And so this is the evolution of today, actually. This is not relatively breaking news, but it's kind of modern and fun, and I really enjoy this. It's not the outcome I expected. The IRCC, in response to that accusation of them, went, you know what? You're right. We did give some of your classmates work permits, and they turned around and revoked them.
Oh,
Yeah.
so the protest made it worse.
The protest actually made it worse. Now, this isn't the first time there's been a hunger strike or a protest about this. Last year, there was a protest on the East Coast in the Maritimes.
Correct.
I think very specifically St. John's, Newfoundland,
Right.
because Newfoundland's premier actually came out and took a stance. It was like, listen, it doesn't matter what the federal government says. The provincial government stance is that once you have your education, you will all be asked to leave. We
Right.
don't have the infrastructure to support you.
Yeah.
Quebec has had a very similar thing, and Quebec is like the biggest stickler for it. Ontario has started to kind of come around on this stance. Manitoba's starting to come around on this
Well,
stance.
because that's what it used to be. Like, I'm not meaning this rudely, because this used to happen to every international student, not just one student from, or from a certain culture or background. When you're an international student going to school far away from your home, obviously you've jumped through hoops to get there, but the end goal was always that you were returning home to use the skills you learned to help better the environment at your home you know, at your home culture, not to then cry about wanting to stay here because you like it here better.
Nothing nothing is true, but everything is permitted is
Yeah,
a line from the Assassin's
like
Creed
where the
series.
fuck we need to start serving the light from the shadows again. Like it's time to go back.
The so there's a couple problems that I can understand from like uh the student's perspective.
Mhm.
A big part of the problem is that there's lots of what have been called diploma farms that were set up by permanent residents and citizens
Okay.
in Canada from India. And basically, what it was allowing them to do was bring in as many people as they could
Right.
to get the money. And they weren't teaching them anything.
Mhm.
It's largely viewed within Alberta that Portage College is one of those diploma farms.
Oh.
So they're claiming that it's accredited and it's eligible for the PGWP program, but it's not really. And lots of the programs that they teach aren't credited for that step in the progression. The
Right. They
other thing
would
that I think
for the programs that they're trying to go through, they would be considered negligible courses.
so to be eligible for a work permit, it must be a credit.
Yeah.
So if a diploma program is a non-credit, it becomes ineligible. So from that, and like, there's no telling what that means. And so, like,
Right.
once you're enrolled in school, as far as I'm aware from a student visa's perspective, you are locked in to what you came to go to school for. You can apply to have that changed if you wish to change your major in university or your trade. But
Yeah.
like, once you're in, and you're
That's
going to
it.
do your time with the school, and then you're going to go home.
Yeah.
And like, better luck next time.
You're
The
essentially
thing,
you're voluntarily locking yourself into a facility that teaches you something and like tries to, I guess, change your mindset in a way that benefits the knowledge you're trying to learn. But once you're there, like you said, it's very difficult to change it. Sounds a lot like prison, doesn't it? Only except it's not voluntary.
yeah.
That is
So,
voluntold.
so that's like this. Like, I can understand the frustration from the student perspective.
Mhm.
Here's the bit from the government perspective that I actually kind of appreciate. To some degree, they are, and I'm gonna give the government way more credit than I think they actually have merit to deserve on this.
Okay.
I think that somewhere a minister of labor and skilled trades and, you know, like a minister that has to watch the unemployment rate and understand where those jobs are and how to
Mhm.
fill that void,
Mhm.
they're paying attention to that number now. They're like,
Yeah.
okay, we're missing this many doctors, this many nurses, this many electricians, plumbers, millwrights, pipe fitters.
Right.
These are the trades and the degrees that we need. So if you're not getting those, we don't need you because we
Right.
have no work for you,
Yeah. There's no point in wasting your
which is
time.
which is what trade schools were designed to and are supposed to do.
Right.
So a trade school or a technical college is supposed to be watching the demand in the workforce and convocating people to match the demand in order to equalize the load across the entirety of the trade. It's hard to do that because Canada's population density is so off the charts in some places. Like like Saskatoon has like, I think it's like 350,000 people in it. One suburb of the greater Vancouver area has 350,000 people in it.
Yeah.
Like, a suburb, which
Yeah.
is half an hour outside, like the Martinsville equivalent
Yeah.
of like Surrey, BC, has more people than we have here. So that's a problem because now you have to try and rationalize that demand over the greater country at large. And then you also, like, the provinces have final say because of how the system is set up.
Mhm.
So if Scott Moe comes out tomorrow and says, you know what, we actually don't want any more people here, and all of the people that are here on work permits we're gonna shut all those down. The students, we're gonna send them home, and that's it. It doesn't matter what the government of Canada can sue the province of Saskatchewan, but there's nothing that they can do in the interim to stop him from making that choice.
So just to give
Danielle Smith,
people a better idea, Vancouver actually
sure,
ranks the highest for population density in Canada now. There
yeah,
is, based off the last estimate from earlier this year, roughly 5,750 people per square kilometer in Vancouver. Not North Vancouver, just Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Yeah. But North Vancouver
Uh,
has so many people as well that it also made third on that same list.
yeah, because it should be Vancouver, Toronto, North Van, right?
Nope. Vancouver, New Westminster, North Vancouver, Côte,
Really?
Côte St. Luc, and Westmount, Quebec, and then Montreal and Toronto are tied.
I'm surprised that Toronto isn't higher up on that list. Toronto's very big though.
Oh, don't
It's
get me wrong. Montreal and Toronto are still in between 44 to 4,800 people per square kilometer on average. It's just the rest of them have climbed higher.
yeah. Meanwhile, like Winnipeg has 1 million people in it, and it's massive.
Yeah,
Like, yeah,
but
like
because
the
of how
population
much
of the city of
surface,
Winnipeg is
because of
equivalent to the population of Saskatchewan.
yeah, but because of how much of that surface area has been spread out, it's not on this list for a bad density.
Yeah. So I think that mix the lessened demand for new workers
Mhm.
because there's because here's the thing. I think somebody somewhere at StatsCan finally put the dots together. The amount of people that are being brought into the country has not reduced the unemployment percentage across the country.
No, it's made it worse.
Plus, so not only is the unemployment number getting worse, but our GDP has dropped. So we're in a recession. And you have all of these kids that are being born every day
Yeah.
that by the time they hit 16 and are eligible to work part-time jobs will have no jobs
Yeah.
because we keep trying to bring in people to fill that need. Like talking to people, like I've been lucky to see the youth perspective of this from like naturalized Canadian kids that were born and raised here with the cadet program.
This dude is jonesing for one of those hot dogs. He's shaking so fucking bad.
Him, yeah, you could see it in the camera. He's just like,
I want it.
quick, somebody hand Michael J. Fox the camera. Um, so, so like, you've got all of these problems, and then like talking to when I was working with 12 to 18-year-old kids all the time, like, especially as they got into that like 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old range, and they're talking about trying to get jobs. And when I started with the cadet program, like I had a job at 15 and at 16 and at 17 and at 18 you had a job, right? Those minimum wage jobs are just disappearing because the companies have figured out that they can bring people in to work those jobs. Like that's the whole Tim Hortons is losing market share in Canada, and people are excited for Dunkin' Donuts to come here because Dunkin' has promised that they're going to hire local kids to run their stores because they understand that's where the desire of the people is. Like, we
the
don't.
more I've thought about it, I think Dunkin' Donuts is actually onto something with like being specific to localized hiring because and this is nothing against the people who are coming over as immigrants. They're obviously just trying, a lot of them are just trying to work and provide for their families that are over here too, same as us. But the problem is that we started this whole mass immigration program during a time where a lot of the local people in our areas didn't want to work. They just wanted to sit around and be lazy, right? But now that
I would
whole ideal
say
has changed over time, and we're back at a point where a lot of the young kids want to work again because they're realizing life costs things. And to do that, you need money. And the problem is that the mass immigration is still rolling the same way it used to be. So now it's causing a conflict of interest.
Yeah, so you've got the rapidly skyrocketing cost of living
Yeah.
mixed with the immigration boom,
Hmm.
mixed with the fact that most kids, I think, are starting to figure out that the the avenue of work that
Hmm.
most chill, like my nephew's a prime example of this.
Yeah.
He's 16 years old.
Hmm.
He wants to be a race car driver and a
Hmm.
YouTuber. He's going to be a content creator. That's how he's going to pay for all of the racing and all the parts and the repairs
Okay.
and the fuel.
Okay.
And I just looked at him and like, I used to use an example. I was like, listen, here's the deal. If you want to make funny YouTube videos or you want to play games on stream, that's cool. And but you need to understand that you need such a violent number of people watching you.
Yeah.
Like Peanut currently has 54,000 people watching him play the worst game known to man.
Yeah.
All right. It's, and like,
But it,
we're here doing this for fun,
and
yelling into the void.
yeah, and a lot of times
And
though,
like,
like the thing is that they're watching Peanut not because of the game he's playing. They're watching because of his personality.
yeah. So like, you can't just expect that you're going to pick up a microphone
Yeah.
and sit in front of your laptop and people are
No.
going to want to watch you.
Content
You,
creation is an investment. You need to baby it and nurture it, and sometimes it can take a very long time to start making money. Look
yeah.
at me, 3 years in, and I'm just finally making $100 a month off of it.
Yeah. So like, you're, it's going to take you too long to make a significant dollar sum. You
Yep.
can't live on that money.
Nope.
And when you exceed a certain profit margin, if you're not smart enough to run it like a business, you're going to end up paying taxes on all that money.
Yeah.
So
Well, because
if you
once,
work a part-time job in the meantime, you're going to lose access to all of that. So like the smartest way to do it, if you want the businessman perspective, is to like run it like a business. You need to incorporate it. You need to file it as corporate business taxes every year. You can write off certain purchases that are made in favor of the business. So, you got to upgrade your computer, you got to upgrade your chair, your desk. You're renting an office space in order to do that. So a chunk of your rent can be subsidized. So on paper, even if you look at it from a corporate perspective, that business exists in the red all of the time. So you have to have an extra job that you use to pay the rest of your bills because it will not cover itself. Like, and you can only declare a loss from a corporate perspective for so many years before you get audited because they try to
yeah.
figure out where the fuck the money is going.
Well, and that's the thing as well is like part of the small supplier exemption through the PST tax every year for small businesses. They tell a lot of people unless you're consistently making over 30,000 a year from your self-proclaimed business, don't even bother filing because you will end up paying a deficit every year, which will just hurt you more than it helps you. And that, like, that's way that's a lot of money to be making from content creation. I and I think
We're
that's
getting
all.
close.
I think that's all. Yeah, we're getting close.
An
Just,
update on LA Chick. Sorry.
just.
We're getting close.
Oh, okay, fair enough. And I think
Sorry.
that's
I had to
some.
throw that in there.
No, that's okay. I think that's something that your nephew is like holding as the goal line, but he's not seeing the journey that needs to be taken.
It the the point that I made to him is that Canadian creators are less discoverable.
Yeah.
The monetization through ad revenue is worse.
Mm-hmm.
The brand opportunities are worse because less companies want to work with Canadians because the market appeal
There's
is
a
less.
there's a bigger market in America. That's just the
The,
fact.
the biggest content creator I can think of in Canada is a guy called Northern Lion. He started with Minecraft videos in like the golden age of Minecraft. Then he found himself in an American group for Minecraft and Feed the Beast, doing modded Minecraft. He has a mod pack that was made for him in within Feed the Beast community, and then he started doing like GeoGuessr stuff right as GeoGuessr took off. Like, he's from Toronto. He's had a significant rise.
You don't by
Like
chance know
he
how many subs he has on YouTube, hey?
uh, no, but I could look it up right now. I used to watch him all the time, actually, because I'm sure there's other Canadian content creators that I'm unaware of. The Northern Lion has 1.36 million subs.
Oh, I can think of a Canadian YouTuber right now that's like literally 16 times bigger than him. Linus Tech Tip.
Yeah, Linus is also the same, but you got to remember Linus's channel is different in its nature. I'm not talking about a YouTube channel that, like, Linus is a business that revolves around technology.
It didn't.
Northern Lion is a
It,
gamer.
it didn't until
It
he
didn't
got
always.
very big. But okay, if that's fair, there is one bigger.
Primarily gaming.
There, okay, one primarily gaming. I can
That's
call
the
one
main
channel.
content source.
I can call one channel right now that is the one of the biggest, if not the biggest, current Canadian YouTubers. Evan, Vanos Gaming.
Yeah, that's right. Vanos is Canadian.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a bit, and then I figured I'd stop because I was gonna let you be serious.
So is Smitty. So is XQC.
Smitty's not Canadian.
Smitty is Canadian.
I knew QC was, because he's from Quebec. And you can tell that just by listening to him talk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Smitty is from Windsor, Ontario.
Fucking no shot.
Yeah.
God damn, dude.
Jaron Smith is his real name.
Wow, you just doxed him, man.
Well, it's public information.
Not only did you give them his real government name, but you told them where he lived too. It's okay. There's only two of us here.
Again, public information.
Public information. Burnt Peanut's Canadian. No, I'm kidding. He's not. He's Texan.
I was gonna say no, the fuck he's not. Because I listened to that whole bit about him with the you live in one of the bitch states.
him trying to figure out where Cloaksy was from.
Mm-hmm.
That's who that was. And he's like,
yep.
If somebody steps on your lawn, what do you do?
How fast do they die?
Do you shoot them on the spot or do you yell at them? And Cloaksy's like, well, I think I would just yell at them. Yes, you're from Florida, aren't you? And he went, yeah, I am. And he guessed the region right. And then he goes, where are you from? And he was like, I'll tell you. You step on one singular blade of my grass, it's blasting time.
He's not wrong, though.
So,
they go big or go home in Texas with everything.
Except for that one chick that jumped on me. I still think about her.
Jesus Christ.
Did I tell you that story?
No.
No?
No.
Really?
I've never
heard tell you that story from Nashville?
Never heard about the Texan chick. All you ever told me from your trip to Nashville was that you got drunk and went on a fucking bar walk with the owner of the company. That's legitimately all you told me.
Brother, we got drunk so much.
I asked for details, and that's what I got.
I do have, yeah, you did. I mean, to be fair, I think you got a drunken voice note from me talking about how good the food was there. Because the food in Nashville is unreal.
Yeah, that voicemail consisted of the best burger you've ever had. Yeah. And then we went to the next bar and my boss got ID'd. And you immediately started talking about your boss instead of the food. I was like, fuck's sake, man, stay on task.
So we've got hot dogs up, straight up the best. I will get back to the Texan chick. So the best hot dog I've ever had was a street cart in Nashville, Tennessee.
Those fucking street vendors are magical.
Dude, it was the only East Indian guy I saw the entire time we were there, and he was running a hot dog stand on Broadway Avenue on Saturday night in Nashville. I bet you that dude fucking raked it in.
Oh, guarantee you.
He must have been making money hand over fist. we were stumbling back from the bar, and I looked back at the owner and I was like, have you eaten anything yet today? Because I was still feeling okay. I was drunk, odd, like wasn't
Right,
doing
right.
good, but I
But
was doing all
you
right.
you weren't like unpassable as a human being drunk.
I wasn't being dragged back to the hotel. I was
No.
dragging the other guy back to the hotel.
Right.
And so I was like, have you eaten yet today? He goes, no, I haven't eaten yet. We were gonna go find food and we forgot to do that. And I was like, no, you forgot to do that, because we got to Broadway and I was like, where do you want to eat? And he was like, oh fuck, Chris, let's just go right to the bar. I'll be fine. He was not fine.
No.
And so on our way back, I was like, well, let's just grab because there was a full service food truck right behind our hotel in the parking lot. And then there was a food cart like a block up, and I could tell he wasn't making it to the bigger food cart. So I was like, all right,
Yeah.
cool, let's stop here.
Yeah.
And
Hot
so we
dogs it
stopped.
is.
2 hot dogs it is, and they were foot long hot dogs
Yep. True Coney Islands.
like on good sesame seed buns.
Yep.
And
You had a true all American hot dog.
yeah, and the guy was like, what do you want on them? And I looked at the owner and he went, nah, I don't want anything on it. I want a hot dog. I'll be fine. And I was like, no, you're getting a fucking hot dog. And so I was like, all right, give me one plain and give me one like you were eating it. And he goes, okay, my friend, I will do. And so he turns back and he slides me the first hot dog. It's like $10. So I slide the first one to the owner, and then I get mine, and his is a plain hot dog,
Right.
beef dog on bun, the
Right.
end.
Yep.
And then I grab a couple drinks. Yeah, because it was $12 total.
Oh,
And
total for everything. Oh, okay. Jesus.
Total.
Okay.
Everything
I was
all
like,
in.
$10 a hot dog? Fuck.
No. $5 a hot dog, $1 a Gatorade. Because I bought 2 Gatorades and 2 hot dogs.
God damn, that's cheap.
Yeah, dude. Right? You do the conversion on that, that's $1.50 for a Gatorade. That's unreal.
Yeah.
That's trade deal of the century.
We are getting ripped off over here.
We absolutely are. So we so he hands me this hot dog, and it's like heaping over. And it was the greatest hot dog I've ever eaten in my life. It took me 25 minutes to eat this hot dog. It was delightful.
Savoring it.
So that was like the Saturday night that I got there. Okay, flash forward 2 days.
Okay.
3 days. It's Tuesday. It's my last full day in Nashville. I'm walking the show.
Yep.
And I gotta reply to this. Oh fuck, I did. Whatever. So I got so distracted by titties, I forgot that I'd replied to it.
That'll happen.
That'll happen. You'll have that on these big jobs. When one does not see areola very often, the sudden appearance of areola is staggering.
Hit that point pretty quickly.
So Tuesday, I'm walking around the convention center in downtown Nashville, and I'm on my own. I was told, go take in the show, get as much free stuff as I can, go visit some of our suppliers, which was Kelly's prerogative to me. It was like, go visit as many of the suppliers as you can remember while you're there. I went, okay, cool. So I walk around the show, and it's cool. Like, there's in the American car wash industry, there's like 4 big players.
Yeah.
And they have the Mongo booths, and then there's maybe a couple dozen small companies that exist within those niches. Mm-hmm. And then there's the smaller, like, local regional guys below that.
Yeah, like the home companies.
Yeah, the ones that you probably don't want to do a ton of business with.
The ones that use their whole year's savings just to get a booth at that show.
Basically, yeah. That was the level of some of them. And so I'm walking around the show, and I end up in the Sonny's car wash booth. Now, Sonny's is a big deal in the States.
Yeah,
and
I've heard
in
of
the
it.
United States, you have Sonny's, Tommy's.
Yeah.
You have NCS, which technically owns Sonny's. And then you have OPW, which is technically the company that I was there as a distributor with.
Yeah, I've heard of OPW and Sonny's.
Yeah, because OPW is part of the Dover group of companies, and they own Bellinger, PDQ, Transchem, and ICS, and AVW. Mm-hmm. So I'm walking through the Sonny's booth because I'm like, I'm basically looking for big equipment and then I'm walking through it. I'm just taking a look.
Yeah.
And now every exhibitor badge has a QR code that links to your personal business card.
Right.
So all you have to do is scan it. It brings up your corporate email. And so that way exhibitors can just scan your QR code and send you an email. Hey, it was great to connect at the show. I'll follow up with you when I'm back on X day. So Sunny's brought a micro tunnel is their new thing for this year. It's a 55-foot tunnel car wash, pull through conveyor style. So pretty impressive, all things considered. And I'm looking and I'm like, yeah, like I'm looking at how it's constructed. As a technician, that is what interests me. Like, where is the service points? How does the frame go together? What are they using for their arm pivots? Because some designs are less optimal than others.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm walking through the show, and it's generally a thing that I forgot about, that you're not allowed to take pictures of stuff unless you're with an exhibitor and they give you permission.
Ah.
I didn't think about that, but I could see that there were some people that were kind of looking at me, taking a look at, like, they were trying to size me up, see if I was there to do business or if I was there doing business.
Right.
And what I missed was the like 4'7" chick that had circled behind me.
Uh-huh.
And I took my backpack off and I set it next to the mini tunnel.
Yeah.
And so I'm there in my DA Lincoln Pump Service shirt with my Cat Pumps hat. And I'm looking around. I'm like, oh, this is cool. And I reach into my pocket. And as I reach into my pocket, this tiny chick comes up from behind me and like grabs around my arms. And she's like, hey, do you have any questions for me?
What the fuck?
Yeah, dog. And I'm like, I jumped and she came with me. Like, her feet left the ground as I, whoa. And I look back and I'm like, hey, what's up?
What are you doing?
And she goes, what are you doing there? And she goes, well, I just saw you were looking around and I was just wondering if you had any questions. And now I'm in full car wash mode.
Yeah.
And like, she was like holding my arm.
Right.
And a bunch of my friends have said that the Texas chick was probably in heat and trying to find a new house pet.
Yeah.
And I was the target of the hour. And I didn't click.
Bottle.
And I didn't click on any of that. And my Tismo Supreme kicked in. And I went, yeah, actually, I do have some questions. And she was like, okay, cool. I'd love to answer them. As she's like pulling out her phone and like getting ready. And I was like, yeah, how do the hinges on these brushes work, dude?
God damn it.
Those are so cool. And like the exhibits have no power. Like,
Right.
some things are, some things aren't. The brushes, if the brushes are powered, they have to be roped off. So the fact I could walk through it told me the brushes weren't powered. So I grabbed one of the brushes and I swung it out and back. And I was like, yeah, what's the return time on these? And how are the hinges designed? Because this is really smooth. So I'm curious from like, what's the deploy and what's the return rate?
Yeah.
Because those are measured metrics that they have to report, because that's important. Too fast damages vehicles. Too slow, you lose coverage.
Yeah.
And she just kind of like, you could see her eyes drop a little bit. She went, oh.
The questions aren't
yeah,
about me.
I don't know that. And so I was like, oh, hey, listen, that's fine. Like, you know, like, it's not a huge deal. Like, if there's someone around that you could like flag over, I'd be cool just asking them those questions. But like, what can you tell me about? Because like, I can see that now she's disappointed. And it's like, what are you here to sell? Like, what's your niche?
Mm-hmm.
Because every bit of the car wash industry exists within like microcosms of itself.
Right.
And this is like, what's your niche? And she goes, oh, like, I deal in chemistry. That's how I got started. And I only just started in sales. And I was like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I bet you did start in sales. And like, you did just get started in sales. It's probably going pretty good for you. And she was like, yeah. And like, we're talking about it and like how she sells to people and like how she approaches it and all that stuff. Whatever. She very quickly realized that I was far too autistic to get any form of hint. And at one point, she actually was like, do you want my number? Like, I would really be interested in like going out and getting drinks. We could talk more about this after the show. And I was like, yeah, like I got to meet up with the owner of the company later. So like, maybe next time, forgetting that, like, you know, I'm not coming back tomorrow, whatever. She doesn't need to know that. And so I missed my opportunity on that one altogether. Didn't even think about it. And that's my story about Texas chick. And
I'm gonna have to get
I made
you
the
a
joke.
dunce hat at some point.
I made the joke to the owner because I told him about that, and he was like, "That's funny as shit." And I was like, because the irony of the situation hit me later. But I was like, yeah, you know, if I
Irony
get
or
arrested,
reality?
both, both of those things. So I was like, you know, if I get arrested here before I end up flying home, I'm confident that she's going to find out somehow, and she's going to post my bail, and I'm going to end up living as a house pet in Austin, Texas. And I need you to know, if that happens, you tell Kelly I'm right where I want to be. And he just laughed. And I've told that story to a couple of my friends since I got back, and they all find that hilarious. Because I do think there's no corner of my brain that has thought that whole interaction over that doesn't think that might actually be how that works out for me. Like, I'm gonna end up as a house husband in Austin, Texas, like stuck because I got arrested. She posted my bail, and that's all the blackmail you would need to secure me for life.
Yeah,
Ladies,
yeah, because you were not very good at saying no.
there is that. So,
No, safe word is
besides,
pineapple. Pineapple.
my safe word is pineapple juice. Watch your fingers there, buddy, home man.
Oh, he's strong.
Oh, he's strong. Hey, oh, but for real, there's some snacks in my car. So yeah. Anyways, that's my fun story from Nashville about that. And yeah, so anyways, I'm with the government on this. The other thing about the whole hunger strike that I find kind of entertaining or maybe like humorous about it is that, like, one, they think they really have a bone to stand on with this. Because like the after effects of the protest in Newfoundland is that those people all got sent home.
Right.
They didn't win. There was no grand
No.
victory for them, which
No.
would never happen. That's the system is not designed to, like, the system is occasionally weighted towards visa holders
Right.
and temporary foreign residents, but it doesn't necessarily protect students from foreign countries.
No.
Nor does it protect temporary foreign workers. And so, like, Dunkin' Donuts drive with, we're going to hire local, and we're going to job fairs. We're going to start with trying to hire the people that live in the cities we're coming to, and then if we can't, we'll try to figure that out after.
Mm-hmm.
And that causing Tim Hortons to panic, and like Tim Hortons being like, okay, we're done relying on the temporary foreign worker program. They said that. I've talked to a couple of young people recently, and I asked them the simple question: if you've been to a job fair, have you seen Tim Hortons there? And all of them have said no. We have not seen Tim Hortons at any job fairs.
Yeah.
So they said that as an appeasement tactic to maintain their market value.
Yeah.
But they have made no, and like the TFW job board is still all Tim Hortons all the time.
Yep.
And people are clowning on them left, right, and center. Like, Tim Hortons was at one point a Canadian institution, and if you didn't go to Tim Hortons, there was something wrong with you.
Right.
And
it
now
wasn't
it's like,
very.
yeah,
It wasn't very Canucky of you.
Yeah, which is really fun as like a full circle thing for us, because we at one point covered Tim Hortons pretty thoroughly on its international presence and like bringing
Yeah.
Canadiana.
Well, yeah, because we
to
talked about the Tim Hortons in, what was it, Kandahar?
yeah, the Kandahar Air Base.
Yeah.
And so, like, Tim Hortons as a piece of Canadian culture has been brought across the world and had resounding success internationally, and now is just like this puppet shadow of its former self
Yeah.
that isn't very good. And you've, like, if you're going there, you're going for a certain reason, but like more and more I find myself missing like Robin's.
Yeah.
Remember Robin's Donuts? Remember how many of those we used to have? And they're
Robin's
all
donuts
gone
were
now.
so good. The fucking
You used to be able to get
The
the
Long
Long
Johns?
Johns
Yeah.
that were like they were real cake Long Johns filled with whipped cream and a
The
chocolate glaze.
only ones I find worth
They were
getting these
so
days,
good.
which I plan on getting frequently again now that I'm going to be making proper money, is Nesters. Like
I
the hot
live
lunch
so
Long
close. Yeah.
Johns that you used to get in school, those I found out later in life, those were Nesters.
Yeah. I live very close to Nestor's Bakery
Oh,
because it's on
yeah.
20th, right?
Yep.
I I have yet to have the timing work out right where I wind up at Nestor's at lunch.
Yeah, their open and close times are very weird.
They they exist in an industry that I think doesn't necessarily predicate consistent business
Yeah.
where one like it where it used to, because now you can get relatively decent baked goods
Hmm.
whenever you want by going to a grocery store. Like every grocery store now has a bakery.
Yeah.
Independent bakeries were very popular before that. Like IGA was the first grocery chain to popularize a bakery in the grocery store.
Well, there's a
And
Nesters on
ever
8th Street now too.
is there?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
That's good knowledge. So like I know Broadway Bakery has reduced their hours multiple times, and like my dad used to take us there all the time. That
Yeah.
was the go-to spot. If mom wanted the kids out of the house and he was home, he'd take all of us to Broadway Bakery, and we would get their breakfast danishes. We'd get a
Oh yeah.
dozen of them. We'd all eat one in the car, and then we'd drive home,
Oh
and
shit.
then
Well,
we'd all
that's
have
new.
one with. Then we'd all have some with mom.
Nesters is open
And
Saturdays and Sundays now.
yep,
I did not know
they've
that.
always been open Saturdays and Sundays. I've just never been around when they're
Well,
open.
I know what I'm doing for my first paycheck next Saturday when we do session 2 of D&D. I'm going to be sitting
Yeah, that's
down
right.
and running the show with fucking Nestor's Donuts.
Hell yeah. So we could talk about the wedding industry and how it preys on women, but
Yeah,
instead of that, um, how have you been enjoying Monster Hunter World?
I I like it. I feel like I am enjoying this one better than Rise. I feel like I kind of took a step backwards by starting with Rise because Rise doesn't have a clear indication. I felt for the storyline, it was just like, hey, you unlock missions, go do missions. Grind out the resources to upgrade your armor and gear. But why? Because we told you to. Oh, and don't forget to talk to the cat chef. What do you mean? Like, what are all these things? Where's the story? And it seemed like it was more of a over glorified Monster Hunter friend swap at the time. And
Um,
I'd probably feel different about it and having like now got a better understanding of World and gone through quite a bit of the story of World and understanding how like the rhythm of Monster Hunter runs its story. I'd probably have a
yeah,
easier time understanding Rise now, but yeah, I feel like my first experience with that was kind of marred because I went into it not understanding a fucking thing about it.
Monster Hunter's storytelling pacing is rough if you didn't grow up with it, I think.
Yeah, and
Like
which I didn't.
it's got a unique cadence because it's not good. Like the narrative flow of the Monster Hunter games has always been kind of ass.
Yeah,
I've played most of them and I've never finished one.
fair.
So I to be fair, I never played Rise cuz the artistic style change never appealed to me,
That's fair.
and I never played Stories because I had the same problem with it. But like
Yeah.
I played Neo, I've played Worlds.
Hmm.
I have yet to play Wilds.
Yeah,
Or I've
Wilds
played
still
World.
has a
I've yet to
lot of
finish Wilds.
attention. Wilds daily has like anywhere from 600 to 1,000 people watching it on Twitch.
That's because Wilds is still the newest one, so it's still
This is
well
true.
within its development cycle.
I mean, World still consistently has like 200 or 300 people watching it, and I think that's just because people enjoyed it. from what I've played of Rise and what I've played of World, which I should state for the record to show you how much of a greenhorn I am with the Monster Hunter games, between the playtime of both those games that I've done, I have played less than 10 hours total of any Monster Hunter game. So like I'm very, very new to this whole world of Monster Hunter. And
Yeah. And so the storytelling is like a kick in the teeth.
since Monster Hunter World is more arcadey than Rise is, and the previous Monster Hunter games, from what I've heard, I feel like hello doggo. Um, I feel like I've had an easier time grasping onto Monster Hunter World because it is more like an English dub JRPG for me. So it's made it easier for me to grasp the story. But in terms of the story and like the layout of your home base and everything in Astora, I think it's Astera.
Astora.
Either way, you know which
Astoria?
one I'm talking. Maybe. Um,
Yeah, I think it's Astoria. I don't know.
I
It's been
have
a minute.
I've enjoyed the story. I think it's a really fun and cool story. The amount of different like creatures just in general, whether it's monsters you fight or ones you just investigate, or like the random bugs that you can just walk up to a tree branch and be like, "Oh, hey, I'm taking you now for my resources," like the thunder bugs, the fire bugs, all those. They're just sitting there lounging, enjoying their day, and then you just come up, yoink, and it's like, "No, my boy."
You man.
That's my boy. Father, help. um,
Mexican standoff going on down here.
dog and cat.
I got one cat on the stairs.
Ah,
I got a dog with there's a dog with anxiety that won't go up the stairs while the cat's there.
ah.
And I got another cat that's just watching us all go down. The orange tabby knows what he's doing.
He knows the
And
dog is fearful.
yeah, him and his sister, which is the white one that you will occasionally see walk across the house behind me, will lay on the top of the stairs while the dog's down here because they
Yeah.
know she won't try and go up the stairs while they're there.
Oh, so they're just being typical cats, just assholes.
Yeah. Now, if I had a spray bottle down here, I would be hitting them with it
Yep.
constantly because they need to stop doing that because she gets stuck down here and she has nowhere to go.
Yeah, and you don't want her to lose control of her functions and stuff down there. Because, panic, fear, anxiety, all that.
Yeah. It'll be like the third or the fourth day where at this point I've had to walk up halfway up the stairs
To
and then
chase them.
shoo the cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. You're stuck down here until I free you from your cage because the cat's an asshole.
I have
Um,
enjoyed the whole Zora Magdaros uh, thing with the
that's a
story.
good story.
I like that he's as big as an island, and twice now in missions you've had the opportunity to fully climb and scale his back
Yeah.
to see everything. I think
What was the
that's
last Zora mission that you did?
the Great Ravine.
So the
Trying to
where you try to pin.
try to pin him and capture him.
Yeah.
And thankfully we did have an easier time with that because I had Fred and Zach join me for that. And Zach plays the what is it, bug glaive set.
Yeah, the insect glaive.
Insect glaive, thank you. And he's so what he did was he threw out some of his ranged attacks at Zora, and it pinned him in place. So me and Fred basically just kept loading up the 5-shot cannons and firing them nonstop at him. But that was a really fun mission though. All of the missions have been super interesting, and I like how some of the missions are partly free roam as well. Like they give you the
Yeah.
50-minute timer, and it's like, okay, yeah, we're not giving you any clear direction, but these are the objectives you're looking for. Just go explore. And so I've broken through to the Coral Highlands. I have done the first major hunt there for the Paulumu, the big
Oh
fucking
yeah.
bat thing that turns into a cotton ball.
Yep.
Um,
The
and
Palomu.
that was a fun fight. And then I did the one after that with the roly poly spiky thorn boy. Um,
Yes.
Ray
Those are
Raybon?
all
Raybon?
e-
Rob? Yeah, I
yeah.
think it was Rabaan. But
Yes. The
yeah,
Ray-Ban.
yeah, and that's where I left off. So I'm in
Yeah, the
contact with the third fleet now, and we're about to go and I think hunt down. No, we're going into the lower depths of the Rotten Vale.
yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get into the undergrowth,
yeah,
which is a really cool area, but
it
also
was.
trippy as shit to try and navigate.
Yeah, the upper
When you
levels
start
of it was
fighting
bad enough.
when you have to start fighting like the wyvern hunts,
Yeah,
because because Monster Hunter doesn't use dragons, it uses wyverns because
yes,
wyverns are more naturally realistic
yep,
to like an ecology of
correct,
evolution.
correct.
The wyvern hunts in the undergrowth suck. So I also have used insect glaives my entire run
Mhm.
because I like the movement gimmicking.
Yeah,
It is really fun for me to watch other like I should probably go back and I'll message you about this off stream. But
mhm.
like I'd be curious to hear knowing how he is when he plays games. It would be really fun for me because I know what my complaints are when I'm using the insect glaive, and I know how many of them are skill based. So, because it's most of them, like
Yeah,
the insect glaive is in almost all of the monster hunters reviewed as the hardest weapon to master,
it is.
and I don't think I'm the best at it, but I'm pretty good
No, and a lot of times
because you
the
have to
thing
build
with
its buff system
yeah,
before you can really do anything.
well, and a lot of times in games that are big on their multiplayer aspect and they have a weapon system like the insect glaive where it's like, yeah, it's the most damaging but the most difficult to use. It's
She's
heavily
been freed of her cage.
nice. It's heavily reliant on having friends there to back you up so that you can do those heavy hitting moves. Otherwise, you're going to get constantly knocked out of them. In this case, by what kept happening to Zach during our fight with Palumu was he kept using the insect glaive move that latches onto the enemy, not the claw, but the
Yes.
insect glaive move that creates the combo while you're standing on
Yes.
top of them. And
Yep.
Palumu kept flying away. And then Zach would get tossed off down to the bottom
Yep.
ends of the earth, and then he'd have to climb all the way back up. And
Yep.
it's like Fred's playing a gun lance and shield, and I'm playing the bong hammer for the stun effect. Like there's nothing we can do to
Yep.
help you in this moment, my guy.
Yep. I
And that was his thing. He wasn't trying to, but it kept activating because that's what the insect glaive is good at. And so
yeah,
every time
it's
he,
mobility.
yeah, he would just finally climb back up the fucking sheer mountain edge that you have to climb for 5 minutes to get to Palumu, just for it to immediately latch on as Palumu's flying by, and all we'd hear off in the distance is "For fuck's sake!"
The biggest downside to some of the more aerial based weapon systems
Mhm.
that Monster Hunter grants you access to
Yeah,
is the inability to jump off of a monster.
yeah,
Like once you're either on until you stun lock it to the ground
or until
or
it throws you
it
off.
throws you off.
Yeah,
So like when you're fighting, what's the fire wyvern? It's part of a paired set. There's the fire wyvern and then there's the ice wyvern, and they're
I haven't gotten that far yet. I'm pretty sure aren't those
no, I
from the
guarantee you have the Rathalos and
I haven't.
um
Yeah, I haven't ran into a Rathalos yet. I know the name, but I haven't ran into one yet. Dude, I'm less than 6 hours into the 50-hour storyline.
um the
Like, I'm only in the
Rathalos.
second area of the game. When you do the Great Ravine mission with Zora Magdaros, which is only the second time you meet Zora. That's when you go through the Coral Highlands. I'm only in the second area. I've gone from Astera or Astoria to the Coral Highlands to meet the leader of the Third Fleet. That's it.
Not thinking of the Rathalos, I'm thinking of the Rathian. Because that's the first wyvern that you hunt, is the Rathian.
Yeah, I haven't been enlisted to hunt a wyvern yet. I also haven't been doing a lot of the side missions. I've just strictly been doing the main missions.
You should. Okay, so the next time I'm around, you and I should do some side missions, and I will insect glaive for you, or I can bow and arrow for you,
Not
because
gonna
some of them
lie,
are capture, so we have to like pick our elemental affinities great. Like I have a sleep bow,
right.
and then I also have like I have a bow that's meant for sleep, and I have a bow that's meant for poison. So like they have a good aptitude for either or. They're just better at one or the other. So like when you do captures,
Yeah.
the sleep bow is better. When you're doing kills, the poison bow is better because then you get more parts.
Yeah, I don't have any
Because
of that. I just have hammer.
Yeah. As you play World, I think is the best for learning weapons because it gives you so many side quests in the main area that you have a really good chance to learn it, like the weapon sets.
Yeah.
And then it gives you a significant enough number of weapon parts or like monster parts as you do like the main, like if you just mainline the story, which you can, you end up under geared, and the game doesn't necessarily give you like there's the omega set, like the alpha and the beta sets,
Yeah.
which if you paid for like I think it gives you them to you with the base edition, they're meant to carry you. But once you start dealing with like the bonk hammer is the bonk hammer, but other weapons rely on their affinities. It's like the sword and shield.
So they have
The
changed that a
gun
bit.
lance.
When you buy everything up to Iceborne now, because World or sorry, not World, Wilds came out, and it's so
You on
popular.
Iceborne.
What they did was they went back to World and did an update where the end game gear, the Defenders stuff for all the weapons and the armor set.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You can use
Defender set.
You can use that stuff right from the beginning of the game now.
Yes.
Which
However,
I've been using the armor, but I haven't been using the weapon because I don't want to go into every fight straight to the end game being just like a 3-hit, Macho Man.
Here's the stick with the Defender set. It's so Monster Hunter breaks itself up into 3 series of hunt tiers. So there's there's the base ones, then there's the mastery hunts, and then there's the legendary hunts.
Yeah.
Once you progress to a certain point in the game, your hunter rank hits the point where you can start challenging mastery hunts, and the conditions on them are much more difficult. And then once you've completed those, you get access to the legendary hunt. I think it's legendaries. There's a tier above mastery, which is what's important.
Yeah.
The mastery is where you're going to get all of the good gear, parts that you need to build the actually good stuff.
Right.
The Defender set will get you through masteries, but it starts to struggle at that. The Defender weapons aren't that good.
Yeah. Because
their main affinity is blast, which is only good for kill, but you lose out on components and parts because blast damage, if it breaks apart, you lose that part.
Yeah.
Whereas it's like the hammer is good because it's got a high break chance, whereas everything else is a good sever chance. So like you can the insect glaive can cut a Rathian's tail if you hit it right and you have enough damage done. It can also cut the webbing on a Rathian's wings, and then you get the webbing. I have a moderate amount of problem with the cats being allowed to be down here, but whatever, it's not a huge deal. Anyways, there's my point being is that once you hit a certain point in the game, you actually will have to start looking at the elemental affinities more seriously. And not that I don't think you are right now. And that's not what I'm trying to tell you. Like, hey, stop doing what you're doing and do this
Oh
instead.
yeah, no, I've looked at the whole hammer
Yeah.
tree for each one that does have elementals to it. I just haven't gotten the resources for a lot of them yet to
Yeah.
craft them.
Yeah, because they still show up as question marks for you, right?
No, no, a lot of
You
them
can see the
are
weapons, but you can't see the parts.
a lot of them are unlocked because I have at least done that far into the story, but it's just I haven't gone back to regrind those specific
Oh yeah.
monsters out to get the last like one or two resources
Okay.
that you don't get on the first run through.
Some of those resources are capture specific too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like lots of the side quests, as you do them and you start to fill out like your hunter log,
Yeah,
they're like more and more and more of them will become capture this monster type.
yeah.
And that's something you basically have to do with friends. Um, our boy Special Hugs is a big world guy. Matt is big into Monster Hunter World. I don't think he has it installed, but like
I will
when
be
you
honest,
do
the
the
one
capture
thing.
stuff, you get lots of parts you don't get because basically the hilarity. There's a thing in Monster Hunter I find fucking hysterical
Mhm.
when I play it. So you do a kill quest and
Yeah,
you kill a Rathian,
yeah,
and the kill grants you a set series of components, and
right.
then you get all of the parts that you broke or you cut as well.
Hmm.
When you capture it, they butcher the creature and it grants you more of its parts. They're not capturing it to study it. They're capturing it to cut it into pieces for you. It's so fun. It's like, what's the difference between kill and capture? Nothing. It's who actually lands the final blow.
Right.
It's my favorite. Like, this is kind of dumb mechanic is the capture mechanic. Like, you go in and it's like, the hot dog ASMR is about to end. Shit. The moral of my story is the capture is going to be really fucking tedious. The stun mechanic is good for it because it allows you to set up traps,
Yeah.
but you have to look at elemental affinities that make it easier. Like
Hmm.
you hurt a creature to a certain threshold, and then you can start working on captures. And it's that first time where the lines start to get really high, and that's when your capture mechanics will start to take effect. Because otherwise, monsters can break out of it, and you can't stun them while they're in it because you get caught in the trap too.
Right.
So there's lots there. I know who you've been playing with. So like there's 1,000 ways to capture a creature.
Hmm.
You'll probably get told this is the only way to get to capture a creature. We will show you that that's not the case.
Oh no, I haven't
And
been told that.
yeah, no,
I
that's
what I have been told is because I am the hammer guy, just focus on hitting the head while we set up the traps. And it will get to the point where obviously eventually I will be shown how to set up the traps and do them. But for now, since you're still early on in the game, figuring things out with the game mechanics and stuff, just bonk them on the head, keep them distracted. We'll set up the traps, which I think works out pretty well. Because I'm not gonna lie, I something I've really been struggling with is I'm not a fan of the control style of Monster Hunter.
it is difficult.
Yeah, it
The
is
control style
very
is very much
unintuitive.
it's it's over choreographed.
Yeah. Like it
Once you
honestly
start an
feels like it
animation, it's
would be
hard to stop.
easier to. Oh, he's finally making a hot dog. It feels like it would genuinely be easier to
Bug.
play it on mouse and keyboard because then you don't have to double tap a bunch of the same buttons to have the same effect.
It it is for certain weapons, it isn't for others. For hammer, greatsword, like the lance, for like the bigger effect weapons, and some of the like
It was very chunky mustard.
music based weapons.
Yeah,
It's Dijon mustard.
it must be.
Um, for for the finesse and the big weapons, controller is definitely the easiest. For the like aerial superiority stuff,
Yeah.
mouse and keyboard is better. Like Insect Glaive, you have to hit the bug on the creature in certain places to activate the Trinity buff, which is what gives you your damage increase. It is easier on a mouse and keyboard because you have the ability to snap aim it.
Yeah.
But you still have to hope it hits the right spot. Like it's still automatic once you launch it. It just the bug aims for a certain area, but if it hits that area as the creature turns or does a flip or does an animation, it could just not hit the right thing.
Right.
You never know, dude.
No, that's fair.
And on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. Thanks for coming to Tangent, folks. It's been a great one. We got really hungry, like those students in Calgary, and we talked about being solicited for sex
quite extensively.
And I can't quite extensively, and also
so much so that
fuck
I'm
Amazon
thinking about
Prime.
making my Snapchat account public. No, just kidding. That is not fucking happening.
That should never happen.
No.
And fuck Amazon Prime. Fuck you, Jeff Bezos. I know Twitch is owned by Amazon. I'm not afraid of you. We know we're getting canceled.
I'm already in debt. You can't make it worse.
Steal my identity. I'd be worth more.
Yeah.
I hope.
Chris says hi.
Hi.
The cackle laugh was too good.
Yes. And they can also see you too.
Hi.
Got him. As she lurks in the door. Come back tomorrow night for some more great gameplay. Come back Friday night for even more great gameplay.
And come back Saturday for the best.
And come back Saturday night for the best high octane action this side of the Fey realm.
Oh yeah.
Brother.
Can't get better than 8 people burning down a world.
You're going to meet some of the coolest paladins you've ever met.
I hate the fact that
this
I have more than one
Saturday
of you. I think I got
at
what?
Twitch.tv.
I got 3 of you fuckers now. 3 paladins. 3 paladins. 2 rogues.
You can catch the live action right here at twitch.tv/Sergeant Cobra or at youtube.com/@Sergeant Cobra.
I saw you lean over to look that up, you bastard.
I did lean over to look it up. We can't wait to have you. I can't wait to do all of the recaps for the entire game.
Yeah, I'm
gonna cry.
I think what I'm
actually gonna have to take notes.
What I might genuinely do so that it's not too difficult on the note taker, i.e. you, because again, this is a 42,000 word story. Like, this is a novel that you guys are about to jump into.
Hey, listen, if you wanted to provide me with a recap for every week, I will happily just read your recap and ad-lib on top of it.
What I was going to do was actually do this cool little inclusive thing, since literally everybody except for Jordy will have played more D&D than me, is give each of you something to focus on as your recap, because then when you guys talk about it the following week, it's literally like a big team talk to get the whole information out. I feel like that could be cool.
Do it like a meeting of like a team meeting style recap.
Exactly. Like, you guys actually have to communicate, not just each of you throw out an idea of how to burn down a hotel.
I say we pray to the no.
Jesus Christ.
And on that, I've been Chris, and that's my boy Will.
Yep.
I have to be awake in 6 hours to drive for 20. We will catch you on Saturday.
Early, but my body says I need more sleep, so yes. We will see you.
Getting old is awesome.
We're not even that old, we're just broken. So we
love you, bye.
Us Gimps will see you Saturdays. Love you, bye. And I'll see you tomorrow, but love you, bye.